Oh, that's not what was signed. Because if that was signed, you all could have just sent me electronic funds transfer or ACH transfer. So the judge ordered me to sign what I'm going to show you, the release. And you see right here, should I fail to sign a release within 10 days, it shall be as enforceable as if I executed the release. But their argument was, and we already know when they told me I couldn't, you're not going to argue with Mr. Rowe during my hearing, you understand. So I'm entering an order that enforces the terms of the signed mediated settlement agreement, which we don't have that. We had a stipulation. And then he fashioned this release because that's just who he is. But what I want everybody who may not be as aware, I'm going to pull up some of this other stuff because I want y'all to see the release, is even if you have an attorney, which I highly recommend, even though that's your attorney, keep in mind that is always your case. Release. Let's try this release. There we go. Give me a second here. Records release. No, that's not what I want. There we go. So there we go. So this is where we are before I'm in a current lawsuit because I sued him again for fraud and the inducement. They wanted me to forever discharge all of these people when the only people I litigated against going back to, these are the litigation participants. And these are the things that, going in lockstep with our conversation, I should never have to worry about. And this is from all manner of actions, cause of actions, suit specials, all this other bullshit, trespass, damages, interest, equity in law, what have you, directly or indirectly sustained by me, which resulted or may develop in the future from here. Who in their right mind would do that? So what I did is said, no, I ain't signing it. And then the judge ordered me to sign it, and I signed it under duress. And so these are the things, and by the way, it says from the incident that it happened on this day, because that's the only thing that I sued them for, just to give people some background on this case. But as, and I'm sure all the guys who are contract people will tell you, read everything, people. And this of every kind which may ever be asserted. And then we come back down here where I say, I hereby declare the terms of this settlement and release have been completely read and fully understood and voluntarily accepted for the purpose of making a full and final compromise. And then I signed it under duress. But check this out. Anybody looking can see that this is the release I signed and this is a stipulation, and say, these are not the same documents. And I don't know if I have it in here. When you look at the complete piece of it, I could show you where we argued about it the whole time. And I said, Your Honor, please tell me that these two documents mirror. She said, I'm not going to say that they mirror. I said, then what are you willing to say? To which she didn't want to say anything other than take your ass down there and sign that document. So we don't have any issues. And I'll show you, I think I have it right here. And I always like to be as transparent as possible for those who are here. Make it take. So here's the check that they gave me. Forced me to. This is the check they forced me to take. And anybody reading can see that's my signature right there. Clearly signed under duress.